Welcome to another exciting video. Fasten your seatbelts as we go through some of the most dangerous airports across the world in this video. If you love our work, don't forget to click the bell button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing and exciting videos. 1. Lukla Airport, Nepal. Lukla Airport is one of the highest and smallest airports in the world. Surrounded by steep cliffs and mountains, the airport can offer ever danger that pilots are afraid of. The runway for the airport consists of a little more than a mountain shelf. On the side of the runway ended at a wall, which is walkway for a Buddha shrine, and on the other side there is a valley deep down the runway. The air density of the place is lower than at sea level. Such an atmosphere is detrimental to the power of the engines. This reduces the lift of the airplane. The reduced air resistance of the place also makes it difficult for the plane to slow down. Therefore, it's hard to control the plane. Therefore, at such higher altitudes, there's a lot more space required for the plane for safe landing. The runway for the airport is extremely short, just 1,700 feet long. On the other hand, runways for airports across the world are usually longer than 10,000 feet. This makes the runway for Lukla Airport extremely small and dangerous. On top of this, there's also a shortage of electricity in the area, which makes it difficult for the pilot to keep contact with the air control room, and most of the times they have to double-check everything. Despite all of these hurdles, coming to the airport nestled in the awe-striking views of the Himalayas makes the experience worth everything. The airport was originally built in the 1940s by Sir Edmund Hillary, but was actually opened in 2001. This has resulted in the name of the airport to be the Tenzing Hillary Airport. Despite the fact that the airport is small, it is one of the busiest airports in the country. This is due to the fact that you have to go through it if you want to visit Mount Everest. Otherwise, you'll have to go on a 5-day trek after taking an 11-hour-long bus ride from Kathmandu. A thrilling adventure indeed. 2. Wellington International Airport, New Zealand. Anyone who has experience of flying into Wellington has got their thrilling story to tell. The landing of the flights is so difficult and bumpy that it feels like you're falling down the stairs. Passengers can be seen panicking with their sweaty palms, and they're applauding the pilots for safely landing the rocky flights. This is all part of the experience for flying into one of the world's risky and windiest airports. Such a rocky flight situation is created due to the blowing of northerly winds over the hills in the north of the city. The airport also happens to be located in the north of the city. Such northerly winds create eddies and other scary wind movements that are called as mechanical turbulence. The stronger the wind is blowing, the greater will be the mechanical turbulence. Wellington has a windy atmosphere because it's present at the edge of the Cook Strait, which is a gap between two mountain ranges. The winds passing through it can go either above or around the mountains, but going around would be easier option due to the gap. This results in the blow of strong northerly winds on Wellington's side. This may be bad news for nervous flyers, but don't worry, we have some good news. The experts say that such turbulence mostly occurs during the spring season. Otherwise, it's very rare. This is due to the fact that spring is one of the windiest seasons. Therefore, if you're flying to Wellington, you should avoid the spring months there. Such a situation has resulted in 400 flights canceled due to high winds in October 2013. But the next years, there was a record cancellation of flights as the number count reached 2,200. The runway for the airport is one lane and is 6,000 feet long. It starts and ends in water. Therefore, after passing all the hurdles just for the successful landing of the flight, there is a high chance that when you step on the ground, you'll be welcomed by the hurricane gusts. So have a good time there. 3. Paro Airport, Bhutan. Bhutan is a wonderful and small country. It only has one international airport, which is the Paro International Airport. Nestled in the beautiful scenery of the Himalayas, it carries one of the scariest flight operations. Therefore, the fear of traveling to Bhutan is clearly justified. Although the number of tourists to the country is increasing, the amount is still less and the rich culture of the country remains undiscovered. Those who want to travel to the country, the airport has a scary disposition. It has one of the scariest takeoffs and landings in the world, owing to the fact that it's surrounded by 18,000-foot mountain peaks. Therefore, to ensure the best possible landing, only 17 pilots have been certified to carry the flight operations. But if you want to quench your thirst for thrilling adventures, you should definitely visit the country. But getting a tourist visa there was not an easy task either. and then you'll have to go through the risky flights at Paro Airport. But the airport offers some of the most beautiful and scenic views of the Himalayas. In this way, you'll get to visit one of the happiest countries on the planet. According to the reviewers on Google, there is one duty-free shop on the airport and one small beverage shop. Besides this, it offers sweet and hospitable security, and the building has been called one of the most elegant and charming airport buildings across the world. The 6,000-foot-long airport only allows flight operation during daytime to ensure maximum safety for passengers. The dramatic approach to the runway is completely out of sight for the pilots until the last minute as they maneuver between mountains at a 45-degree angle before dropping quickly onto the runway. But once you land and feel the fresh air of the surrounding, the experience will be worth all of these hurdles. 4. Princess Juliana International Airport. If you're going to St. Martin, then your vacation would be incomplete if going to the Maho Beach there is not on your bucket list. This has become one of the most Instagrammable places in the world, thanks to the low-flying jets just a few meters over your head. Therefore, thrill seekers and adventurers flock to the beach every year in large amount just to get an Insta-worthy picture. The Princess Juliana International Airport is located next to the beach, which is situated on the Dutch side of the Caribbean island. The passing of the jets will not only blow your mind, but it can actually create enough force to blow people right into the water, so proceed at your own risk. When planes are about to do their final approach to the runway, they pass right above the Maho Beach, thus providing an amazing experience to the sunbathers and snorkelers. This is the perfect place for people who want to see heavy planes and jets flying and gliding right above their heads. A highway divides the beach from the airport, and there are visible warning signs there for people to stay at a considerable distance for their own safety. The great thrust and power engine of the aircraft can produce strong winds with the speeds over 100 miles per hour, which is enough to throw people and things into the water. The jet blast can even get so powerful they can result in possible injuries and even death for people who do not follow the warning signs. Besides this, the runway of the airport is also small, and pilots have to make sure that they reach the runway as quickly as possible, passing right over people on the beach. But this doesn't stop people. They still swarm the place and take pictures. There's also a surfboard on the beach, which a daily schedule of the flights is updated. 5. Gibraltar International Airport. Gibraltar is a small British territory located at the southeastern coast of Spain. It has a small area of just 2.6 square miles. Besides being small, Gibraltar has one of the most dangerous and extreme airports in the world. The airport is present at the tip of the northern border of the plain and has a busy highway which bisects its runway. The 4-lane Winston Churchill Boulevard is the main road leading into and out of Gibraltar. Therefore, every time a plane is about to land or take off, the road has to be closed. This results in one of the busiest and risky airport traffics in the world, besides the other insane public traffic on the road. The airport is very small. The short runway also abruptly ends at the sea on both ends, forcing pilots to hit the brakes immediately after landing. Till 2015, only 11 flights were operated from the airport on a daily basis, but the roads are still closed up to 2 hours, which has resulted in a backup pattern for traffic routes all across town. But over the years, more and more flights are being operated every day, and many international flights are starting their operations on the airport. But the airport being small has resulted in many difficulties for the officials. Therefore, there's been pressure on officials to construct a new building and runway for the airport that does not bisect the highway and roads. There have been plans that the new roads for the public traffic would be constructed underground, but that needs time to be completed. Till then, same scary airport will be used. And here concludes our video. We hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.